I would also join with Mr. Trutchell in inviting the public to the dedication of the bike bridge over North High Street this Friday at 1:00 p.m. I also want to publicly acknowledge and thank Brad Kazenza, the former Parks and Recreation Director, who was very instrumental in securing the grant funds in order to make this a possibility. With this connection now on the bike path itself, it's my understanding you can go from the 35 bypass all the way east, or I'm sorry, west to Frankfort and even beyond. So it really opens up the entire area, and it's a nice addition to the community as well. Many of residents have probably noticed that city flags are at half-staff, as well as state flags and federal flags. This is the result of an order issued by President Obama as well as Governor Strickland to commemorate the losses of those soldiers as well as one civilian at Fort Hood, Texas here recently. Those flags will remain at half-staff through Veterans Day in honor of those who were slain. There was mention of fire. We've had a number of those within the community here recently. It's always tragic when you lose a life, but to lose a life of a child is even more tragic. This is something that perhaps could have been avoided, but we never know. I want to thank the Chillicothe Fire Department for once again their bravery in trying to save as many people as they possibly could. Also for the extinguishment of the fire. I was down there the next day and I was surprised at how they were able to contain it to keep it from spreading to the neighboring houses. Chillicothe Police Department also is involved, and I want to thank their participation as well. And then I just want to conclude by reminding everybody this Wednesday, November the 11th, is Veterans Day. Not only will it be observed within our community, but it will be observed throughout the entire country. We take this day, which used to be referred to as Armistice Day for the end of the First World War, which has now been converted to Veterans Day. And the reason that I suggest that we take the opportunity to salute our veterans is because without their bloodshed, without the lives that they gave, we would not have the freedom and the democracy which we have and which we enjoy in this country today. Thank you, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you. Auditor, Mr. Morrissey.
Thank you, Council President Schultz. I really don't have a great report to do with. We have given that the yearly comparison of funds. This is the end of August. The Treasury is getting caught up, but we'll have a couple more months tuned in here very quickly. Overtime has been handed out. Everybody's got that. And also the end of the month reports. I would also like to comment on item number 4. When you pass this tonight, we will immediately start to take care of the retro pay for the firefighters. Further comment on item number 9. What happened there? There was an IRS ruling that you cannot do pension pickup retroactively, and that's the reason we did this. And in order to make the firefighters, the police officers whole, we had to take this approach. They agreed to it, and the mayor agreed to it, so that's what we did. Anyway, that takes care of that. And I don't know if you want to waive the, Nancy, did you want to waive that $42,000 on the jail bill?
No.
Okay, all right. That concludes my report.
Okay, thank you. Just the only thing I wanted to share, a couple things I thought was really interesting in the High Velocity Ohio News. I gave a copy to council members, and in that they feature Chillicothe. Says that, of course, they identified when Chillicothe was founded, 1796, the Ohio Constitutional Convention. Chillicothe then is a modern reflection of its historical roots. It's named as Ohio Magazine's choice for best hometown in 2008, and it takes pride in, while celebrating its present, offering humorous historical and recreation opportunities to everyone, and identifies the employers as well as the hike path and the fact that Tecumseh being one of the leading outdoor dramas in the United States. And I think it's a highlight for our community, and I saw that in that news, and I thought it was interesting to share with you, to say that Chillicothe is a wonderful place. And I think that's why many of these council members serve, because we love this community and we want to care about it and want to make a difference. Another matter, council, if you would consider under new business, I gave you a copy of a letter where I received a request from the mayor that council needs to appoint a member of the community to the Safety Building Coordinating Committee for the law complex. And I would like your approval to appoint Mrs. Connie Meyer to that position, representing the citizens of this community. So if you would do that at new business, I'd appreciate that. Move on now to audience participation. If there's any member of the audience that wants to address council, we invite you to please step to the microphone. We remind you of Council Rule 21 that limits each speaker to 5 minutes, each subject to 15 minutes, and you're required to give your name and address. Okay.
My name is Keith Richter, and I live at 343 East Water Street. I guess you could consider this an ongoing update of the discussion I delivered on the 14th of September, where I talked about landlords, slumlords, tenants, and so forth. I was reading Sunday paper, a letter to the editor by Mr. Park, lives in the city, had a 2-bedroom home that he rented out, and apparently it wasn't working out very well. He had to serve eviction notice to the tenant, and then a 30-day follow-up, I guess, is required by law. Before, and I'm reading here from his letter to the editor, not before they had taken my electric range, light fixtures, and anything metal, including the TV antenna and aluminum awnings, and they also left him with a $400 water bill. I guess if you're a landlord, you got built-in problems you got to deal with, unless you take precautions up front and don't have the people in your house anyhow. Further update, at that meeting on the 14th of September, I touched upon a subject that is close into my neighborhood. Location is 438 East Water Street. And from the recorder's office, the name on the deed of that property is Zelma K. Leach. And at that time, I told you there were 3 individuals residing at that address who had been charged with various crimes. First was a Gregory A. Ward at 45 years of age, theft. Residence 438 East Water. Second was a Steve C. Tilton, 47 years of age, residence 438 East Water. Crime, theft. Third member, Crystal S. Ratliff, age 28, 438 East Water. Crime, theft. Friday, October the 30th, in the municipal court news, you get to add another name to the list. Corey M. Howes, age 21, last known address, 438 East Water Street. And I've got to wonder, what the hell is going on down there? Are they running an institution of higher learning and criminal activity? Are they awarding master's degrees and doctoral degrees to these people they're schooling? Somebody ought to check with the State Board of Education and see if they got a certificate to run a university or college, and look at the credentials of the teachers that they've employed, because they probably aren't doing a very good job of teaching, because their student body seems to be getting arrested all the time. Has anybody got an idea how we can fix this problem in my neighborhood? This is a sty on the eye and a boil on the butt of prosperity and progress in my neighborhood. And I would certainly like to see it go away. This is unacceptable. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.